SF, it's like SV, SB, SB, SC, MC. Tales of Eternity on the PlayStation 3. This is a research stream. Okay, it's time for me to make an admission here. I've been playing about 100 or so games on this channel at the time of this recording. I haven't had a chance to play very many games that legitimately excited me. Like, literally made my jaw drop at some point. And this game's going to end up being one of them. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I've been playing Persona 5 for about, 8 hours. I think I'm done with that. So I decided to pop this game in, and it's a game I wasn't expecting to look as good as it did. This is Time and Eternity, a game that I rented from the Carroll County Public Library System of Maryland. This is not a game I knew anything about at all before I picked it up. As you can see right here, it's definitely not a game I thought I was gonna have. It's definitely not a game I thought was gonna be as unknown as it turned out to be. I mean, I know nothing about this game. I'm looking at this and I'm like, how has no one said anything about this game ever? I mean, I know a lot of anime fans who play games. They love JRPGs. No one said a word about this game. I'm kind of astonished, just playing it for the first hour and a half. Kind of surprised no one's been talking about it. I'll go back over the details in a second, but I want you to get a quick shot of this combat stuff before we go backwards in time to the beginning of the game, so you can see the rest of the anime nonsense they got going on in the first bit of the game. Okay, where's my map? Okay, this crystal here is where I can save my game. Don't need to do that yet. I thought there was a map here. Back. There we go. Press the square button for the map. Okay, that's where I am. You can't really zoom in that much. I'm pressing R2 to zoom out, press R2 to zoom in, save. That's all I got. I got nothing. So that's not much of a map. But we kind of know where we have to go. There's a blue cross there at the bottom of the screen right here. That's where we're going to head. But before we do that, let's do some practice to combat a little bit. There's a little white dot over there at the top of the map you can barely see. It's a treasure chest. So head up in that direction. That'll give you a chance to see how this combat works. This is the overworld, which is really, it's more of a corridor. I mean, so this is the first bit of the game you're actually allowed to explore a little bit. Let me go to that map again. You can press the R2 button to zoom in and out if you want to get real close to your heroine right here. Her name's was her name Toki or Tora? Just a second. Toki. We'll explain why I was so confused about the names in a second. But you can press R2 to zoom in and out. I can't think of a single reason why you would zoom in or out. There doesn't seem to be any functional reason why unless you want to zoom in on her profile, I guess. By the way, that blue dragon right next to her is Drake. That's her boyfriend. Yes, the dragon's name is Drake, and I will avoid making a bunch of Drake that type of jokes during this video. You know, and you'll thank me later. Of course, those Drake the type of jokes are probably funnier than most of the humor in this game, which isn't saying very much. We'll get to that later. Oh, by the way, while we're walking around, you'll get into blind, random encounters at some point during this travel. Yep, see right there, blind encounters. Here's our combat. It's real-time combat in this game. Keep this in mind as we continue this fight. When the enemy is far away or perform a rifle attack, you can press the circle button to shoot the enemy. Press the button repeatedly to perform consecutive attacks. Drake will automatically fight on his own. So we have no control over Drake. Mash on the circle button. Yep, just keep mashing. HP is on the bottom of the screen right there on the right-hand side. See, that was easy. Didn't take a single hit. We'll explain all the other bars in a second. Obtain the macaroon. Apparently we don't get much money in this game by doing combat, which isn't saying very much. I'm curious if we can grind up at all. That's a pretty hard cut. The rest of the game is actually rather smooth in terms of the cuts between different animated sequences. As you might have gathered, most of this game is a sequence of you know, canned anime sequences like this over 3D or 2D backgrounds. So the 3D backgrounds you can see over back there, you know, they're kind of chintzy. You know, this game could look like Skyrim if you wanted to. And in Skyrim, you would press a button and you would zoom out and get a third-person view like this. So if you get rid of the anime heroine, you get rid of her dragon companion there. This would basically be a first-person, you know, this would basically be Skyrim, if you think about it. Skyrim in a very narrow corridor, you know, or Bioshock. But you know how it is, you know, a lot of Japanese games, they prefer third-person exploration, so you get stuff like this. And they use anime, which I think works a lot better than the 3D models they would use in its place. Like, instead of doing what Naruto did, you know, the Naruto games did, the Ubisoft Naruto games, where they just kind of did like a filter, a post-processing filter over everybody. Borderlands did that too. They put a post-processing filter over everybody. So it looked like... Did I zoom in? Whoop! Got another combat sequence right here. Okay, we're not in trouble here. So let's just do this. Changing positions. Left stick up or down to change position. When you're up close to the enemy, you'll attack with a sword. R2 button for the items menu. The R2 button is held down. A list of usable items will appear. We'll get to that later. Exit. Okay, so we'll press up to rush in. Oops. You hit me. Ow. Let me go back a second. Press down to go backwards. Press up to go forwards. And down to go backwards. So it's like a two-plane attack system. And I got the golem. I'll spend a bit more time explaining the difference later. Did I get any... Yeah, that's right. Drake will automatically heal me. We'll get to that later. In combat, Drake will automatically heal you, which is great. I got 2 experience points. So here's a dumb question. I need 199... So basically, I need to get to 100 battles to level up here. So I'm not going to waste my time with that. I'm not worried about combat at this point in the game because I played this already. The combat here is no big deal. It's almost impossible to die, I want to say. Let's see. Again, analog control on the running here, so you can run fast or a bit more slowly, or you can hold down the X button to walk more slowly for some reason, as if you ever had to do that. But again, you can jog slowly or you can run quickly like that. So, not a whole lot to it. That gives you some idea about how they're making this work. And of course, you can use the left and right. You can use the right stick to rotate the camera like that, which is kind of interesting because you get it. Again, it gives you traditional first-person controls, and the camera just zooms in and out on your 2D character. So again, I think this is a pretty good compromise. You know, you're getting 2D sprites and a 3D background. I just wish the 3D backgrounds looked better. I really do wish the 3D backgrounds looked better. Okay, so I can press left or right on the analog stick to dodge in that direction. So I press left to dodge left, press right to dodge right. I don't know if it matters. It's probably like a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out kind of thing. So I'm curious how that works. But it's working for me. He's not attacking me anyway, so I'm safe over here. So I'll just smash on the circle button. By the way, there's a blue bar. Whoops. Okay. I'll explain that at the end of the next fight. Because there's on the top left-hand corner of the screen, you can see my blue bar and my health bar, which is in green. So I'll show you that later. We're not going to be able to gain any experience at this point anyway, so... Alright, fine. Okay, the combat's done. That's a hard cut. Kind of wish that were more smooth, but anyway. You do what you got to do to make the game work. As a proof of imagine playing this game during a preview event or something like that, or maybe like Nintendo Power or Pack Watch or something. I would be blown away by this if I saw this at a preview conference or something. Another stray golem. Oh, okay, I dodged the quake. See, here he comes. He'll do it again. So I'm gonna dodge. Dodged it. Okay, check out the meter on the top left-hand corner of the screen. That blue bar is my combo meter. That green bar is my HP. And below that is Drake's energy, apparently. Okay, these quakes are going to be easy for me to dodge, so I'm not worried about that. I don't know if the dodging is quicker if I dodge left or right. There might be certain attacks the enemies do that require me to dodge in one way or the other, like in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So I'm curious how that works. Let me build up my blue... I don't know if building up my blue bar even matters. A bit later in the game, they're going to explain things like guard breaks and special skills and combo attacks, and we'll get to that later. But for now, just, you know, pumping this guy full of lead is all I need to do to survive these fights. Because the enemies don't seem to be able to attack me from a distance with any serious, or at least not in a dangerous way. The previous two enemies I fought were just regular golems. They couldn't attack me from a distance. That stray golem had a tiny quake. I just sat there and dodged it. It was easy. It's telegraphed. By the way, am I able to mention the difficulty level? Yeah, difficulty level set to normal. If you want to make the battles even easier, you can actually set it to easy. But, you know, I guess that's Tell Me a Story mode. I don't know. Cutscene skipping. Only available for scenes you've already viewed. Well, we'll get to that later. I'll complain about the subtitles later when we start getting into some conversation sequences because, unfortunately, the subtitles are very hard to read. And I don't think you'll be able to hear you won't be able to hear the English voice acting because I can't switch languages during the game. Gosh darn it. I'll probably show that a bit later. Here's the treasure chest. Check. There's nothing in here. Fine. Alright, so I'll get into one more fight. Because I wanted to give you some impression about the flow of the combat here. And if nothing else, I'll do another fight where I'm not just, you know, shooting people with guns. Because there are some enemies that are easier to fight if you're up close. Whoops! Didn't dodge that. But I took a hit. Let me see if I can get closer, see how much damage I can do. Dodge that, get up close, and mash on the attack button. And down he goes. So I want to say all the attacks are all the same string. Doesn't seem to be that much strategy to the game so far. We'll see how things go later. But after the first 2 hours, not a lot to say about the combat. In fact, there's very little actual combat in this game so far. A lot of talking, but not a lot of combat. So you got to see me get up close and do some melee attacks. You got to see me do some ranged attacks. And we'll do a lot more of that later. I showed you that blue crystal earlier where I can save my game. We'll get to that in a second. Let's just sit back and pepper this guy with lead. Whoops. Missed that. Heal me, Drake. Missed. Heal me, Drake. Thanks for nothing, Drake. Heal me eventually, Drake. I'm just saying. Maybe I should just hang back and wait till he heals me. How does that sound? Remember, I have no control over him. Okay. So here's the save crystal. We've already saved, so we don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. Exit to Kazma. Not the Casbah, the Kazma. Yep. So here's your map screen. This is 6 months before the wedding day, huh? So, next place to go to is home. All these fantasies of sleepovers, huh? We'll get to that later. So, we can go home. This is basically where we started the game, by the way. So now you get to see a traditional storytelling sequence. And this is where the game goes full anime. And as you start to see the flow of the conversations here, you'll get to... What really struck me about this game is the way in which they combine, you know, all these different cutaways and all these canned animation sequences. These canned animation sequences give me this Filmation feel. Like, basically, if you're talking about He-Man or She-Ra or Flash Gordon or all these other old Filmation animated shows from the 70s and 80s, they had all kinds of stock footage. So imagine if a Filmation show had Japanese animation instead of American animation. Filmation, if you're watching this, I'm telling you, dude, you can totally do a He-Man RPG like this. And it would look like the cartoon, and it would be a garbage video game, but it would look like this. Just do cutaways like this, do stock footage, get some voice actors in there to do the dialogue, get some dialogue trees in there, and you can totally do a He-Man RPG just like this. Well, here are our friends. Just a second. Here comes the rest of the harem. Bear with us for a second. By the way, I forgot to mention, Toki she's the heroine. She's also the wife of the main character. Actually, this is even more confusing than I thought. Drake right here is a character who has been inhabited by the soul of a regular human man. The character you name at the beginning of the game, here's the rest of the harem. The character you create at the beginning of the game is the character who inhabits the soul of Drake. So, I am the husband, she is my wife. This is the rest of the harem. The girl in the middle is the rich chick. The girl on the right is the clumsy, bespectacled woman who's apparently can't keep her straps on her shoulders. And the girl on the left is the lolicon, I guess. I don't know. With a butterfly hat. And I do like this about some of the character design. I really love the idea that character, Edna right here there in the butterfly hat. I love the way she sits. It tells you a lot about her personality. And she has a few canned animated sequences where she's constantly, blowing kisses and, doing V symbols with her fingers and, kind of, gesturing with the spoon that she uses to stir her tea or whatever. Some of the limited animation here isn't great, but the very few there isn't a lot of animation in this game. But the little gestures the characters make, they're reasonably well done. So for what little the game gives you, it's not that bad. There just isn't much of it. Like this character right here. You'll see a lot of these canned animation sequences for her. She has maybe 5 or 6 gestures and faces and things like that, and there's not a lot of them, but they're good for what they are. They're efficient. See, like that gesture right there. She constantly does that with the spoon. She constantly gestures like that. And again, this game has a total Filmation feel in terms of how the characters are spaced out, how they do overlapping cells. I have separate videos where I don't do commentary, so you just get to hear the dialogue sequences uncut. So you'll get a chance to really see how the game looks and sounds and flows. Again, this gets very old in about an hour, because after about 2, this storytelling sequence right here flows and sounds exactly like the one that started out the game. And we started out this video during a combat sequence. This exact same looking sequence took place at the very beginning of the game. And I'll show you a bit of that before I end the video. But again, if you want to see the prologue and all the other storytelling sequences without my commentary, I'll be putting up links to that. But you're already starting to see some of the animation start to repeat. So then the animation is like the character on the right. Her animation is so Weddy is her name. Her animated cycles are so limited. She constantly has the same 3 or 4 expressions, and she never changes them. She has the same 3 or 4 gestures, and she never changes them. The same 3 or 4 poses, and they never change. So there isn't a whole lot to the animation, but what's here is actually kind of interesting. But I can't imagine sitting through 100 hours of this. It probably is going to fall apart a lot sooner than that. So fair warning. So after all this stuff, I probably should have showed you. I can skip through some of these animation sequences. Okay, so I'm not going to save this. I've already done this, but I'll go back to the very beginning of the game so you get to see what I'm talking about. So before we do that, let me show you how the dialogue trees work here. So after all that prefab stuff you just saw, now you get to actually control the flow of the conversation. So let me pick the rich chick here in the middle. She has the same gestures, the same poses, etc. and so forth. And again, you probably already saw this. See, look, Edna's animation's already starting to repeat. So you know. That's what I'm talking about. And these subtitles are awful. I really wish they had chosen like a stronger opaque color like yellow with a stronger black outline, because this is pretty bad. I'm recording this with an S-video cable. Again, most games don't have this problem, but in this game they flubbed that, and that's unfortunate. So this has the look of a budget localization, and that's unfortunate. Okay, let me I can press the X button to skip specific dialogue options like this. So you can speed things up, but you can't skip them outright, can you? Let me press the start button just in case. Okay, I'm gonna press the start button. Okay, so that skips me immediately to the end. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that's one way to skip the dialogue, so that's good. Let me log out of here. Load. So I'll go back to the prologue and I'll show you what's up. So we'll go back to the very beginning of the game. And you'll get spoiler alert. We'll show you we'll show you the end of the prologue so you can see how we got into this mess. So basically, so far the flow of the game is prefab conversation sequence followed by individual conversation triggers. Like, okay, after the prefab sequences, you get all those icons at the top right-hand corner of the screen. You get to choose who to talk to next. So here's the prefab sequence right here. Here's Toki, we've already saw. And there's me. Yeah, whatever. It's a role-playing game. I can be whoever I want, even if I'm a light-skinned dude with blue hair. And a cowlick. I don't want to know what he said. Yeah, we're getting married. If you want to see the other dialogue option I chose, watch the video with no commentary. Japanese language, English subtitles. And then the music changes. So basically, the entire flow of the conversation changed based on the answer that I gave. But we're right back to where we started, basically. When I did the commentary-free video, I gave the normal generic answer. I gave the stupid answer this time. So that's why the music changed. I guess the voice acting's okay, but there are a lot of times when the voice acting does not match like this. There are times when the voice acting just does not match the animation at all, and you'll get a chance to see that later. See her. Yeah, she doesn't like premarital relations. You know, sleeping in the same bed before marriage. No, she's not cool with that. Yeah, she likes to mention that she's from a super rich, wealthy family, like constantly. That's her bit. And there's Weddy. And like I said, she's clumsy, which is why she wears glasses, I guess, and can't keep the straps on her shoulders. And of course, I don't know why she's wearing a choker though, but that's another issue entirely. See? She has. You see how many animation gestures she has? I mean, how many movements? See? Although the game cheats a little bit. It dissolves from one animated sequence to another, which is kind of. It's kind of distracting at times. It breaks up the flow of some of the sequences here. But there, you just saw all of the animation poses that this character has. I hope you're happy with that. All you Yuriko Reedman fans. Is she carrying around balloons on her back? And not the ones on her front. And there's the lolicon. She's not as clumsy. She's not as clumsy as a Weddy, apparently. Okay, I can't skip this, can I? I guess I can't skip this. I can press the X button repeatedly to make this go faster, so I guess there's that. But again, this looks a lot better because you're getting the 2D backgrounds and the 2D foregrounds. So it maintains the aesthetic of a conventional but mediocre anime. 21st century anime when everything's done with computers these days. You know, the coloring's done with computers. You know, all the artwork's probably done with computers too. You know, so it's easy to kind of overlay cells and paint them so that they all look consistent. Stuff like that. So if you don't spend a lot, so again, in small doses, this game very much looks like a traditional Japanese animated series. A budget animated series, you know, with not a lot of backgrounds and not a lot of, you know, animation and not a lot of variety in the character design, but hey. And yeah, you'll still see stuff like this, where the lips move a lot, but the character doesn't say very much. That happens a lot. Even more than in a traditional anime. But again, they did a really good job of getting the look and sound of an actual anime without making it look like a graphic novel, a visual novel. They actually have real animation here. So again, imagine doing something like this with you know, a Ghibli show, a Ghibli movie, or like I said, a Filmation series might be interesting. I'd be curious to see if they can actually get it done. It wouldn't be that hard to do. It wouldn't be that hard to do if you knew how to handle it. See, again, you're seeing the same animation poses again. So that's kind of weird. Okay, so we got that. So I'm gonna skip ahead to one of these parts. Yeah, this is a part where I have to talk to each individual. Which is why all these exclamation points are right there, because they're quest items. Talking to these people is a mini quest that I need to complete. So let me talk to her first, because you can get to hear some of how this conversation sounds. Just a second. See, there's a lot of stuff like this. In other words, the vocal performance doesn't match the animated performance, so it just doesn't work. So there's a lot of that in the game, I'm afraid. And again, 10 hours of this might start to really wear thin. So this is where I can save and load and all that good stuff. Back. But normally this would be a Drake icon, but again, later in the game, Drake is inside my body, so this is how you save the game and such. I can't leave yet until I talk to all these people. Okay, fine. Press start. Problem solved. See? And we're gonna skip that too. Yeah, she'll tell us what kind of guy is she into. Well, I chose the first one last time, so I'll choose this one this time. Yeah, I'm down for whatever. Jerk. That was what she said. Well, I wasn't paying attention to anything she said, so the game basically skipped to the next conversation choice. So I'm gonna press start, see if there's another conversation choice. There is not. Oh, yeah. So she called me honey last time, so she'll call me Big Papa this time. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Oto-san? Yeah, the whole, you know, thing. Okay. Yeah. That wasn't exactly worth the alternate conversation choice, but hey. Now I know what all my options are. So you get to see me make the normal conversation choice and the creepy conversation choice in 2 different videos. By the way, that music that was playing during the conversation sequence gets really old really fast. Like, really annoying. And then, of course, the music changes from that to, you know, the softer, sweeter music. on a dime, so the narrative flow and the emotional impact of these conversations is completely undercut by those sorts of things. Again, a better director with a better, with more polish on the presentation might have cleared that up. But here's the wedding. We're getting married. I won't be able to. Okay, I'm not gonna skip this because I want you to see what happens during the end of this wedding because it's actually kind of stupid. It's kind of okay. Let me say I don't. Let me just see what happens. Okay, the screen stops zooming out. Yeah, see, so it doesn't matter what I choose. I'm always gonna say I do anyway. Yeah, the funny option. Yeah, swallow, suck it down. Get that tongue, what? Oh, she wasn't gonna bring the tongue out. This game's rated T. Yeah, this game's rated T. For, nastiness. Some ecchi content, I suppose. No, wait, hold on, here it comes. Is there any manlier way to go out than this? I think not. I am 100% awesome right now. I'm a total chick magnet. See, this is what I'm talking about. See what I mean? Stupid smirk on his face. And then she shows up. Don't ask, just go along with it. I don't know what's going on either. The game tries to explain it later. It just doesn't make any sense yet. It'll make sense later. So basically, the guy gets stabbed in the diaphragm, and he's like, "I'm a total chick magnet now. I died protecting my woman." I mean, what was this, a setup? What? He's getting married. Who cares if he's a chick magnet? His wife already thinks she's a chick magnet. And no, I don't. Yeah. See, he's like, I know. See what I mean? See? Hair's changing. Yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It might make sense in about 5 hours, but Before anyone complains, well, Narnia was about a girl wandering into a wardrobe, and it winds up in another dimension. Which is the equivalent of walking into your parents' shoe closet and coming out in another world. But then again, Spirited Away had had a family walking into a church and finding themselves in another universe. They get turned into pigs by eating too much. So I guess I'm not gonna hate too much. Narnia did it, Miyazaki did it. I guess, weird fantasy ideas are allowed every now and then. Can't hate too much. After a while, it's kind of like you kind of stop wanting alternate dimensions to appear in the real world. Like the people of Pineapple Place, where, what is it? Where it's like a neighborhood in Georgetown completely disappeared if you went down the wrong alleyway. So something like that. People of Pineapple Place. I'm pretty sure you weren't expecting that reference in a PS3 video. That's a reference no one's going to understand unless you grew up in this area in the 1980s. Is that book still in print, by the way? I'll find out later. Anyway. Yeah, I don't understand it either. So, in future videos, we'll be able to actually... Let me do this now. We're not going to cut away yet. You got to see the setup for this. You got to see me do some combat. You got to see me wander around. Now we'll go back to the first boss sequence. Oh yeah, this is the part where the main male character is inhabiting the body of the dragon. Yeah, that's the psychic. Dude. Dude, you're getting married. Yeah, well. I guess you'll have to get used to wandering eyes. Makimana. Hmm? Crud. What was the word? I thought I just heard her say Toki. Okay, now I'm confused. Well, it's a homonym or something. Kandashi. So Kandashi means wild guess, huh? Okay, I think when she said I'm all ears, she really just said, come on. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the next storytelling sequence where apparently there's some conversation about bathing with Drake. No, we're going to have to talk about that. See? I'm Drake. Okay, what was that? What was that? Oh, so she can't hear him. He's just barking, basically. Okay, so you've already done this. So I'll just go back to where so I'm going to skip ahead to the next part of the game. So we'll load back to home. Because this is where the first boss battle is going to be. So once we clear out of that forest, we make it to the home. We have another prefab conversation sequence. Then we're told we have to investigate the back alley. You'll be able to see that in a second. Okay, yeah. Find the back alley in town. So that's where we're going to go. Exit. So I basically went up one experience level. I didn't go up a single experience level yet. We'll do that in the next combat sequence, don't worry. So where do we go? Here. To the back alley. Press the X button to advance. There's going to be another prefab story sequence in here, and then there's going to be a boss battle. So let's do this. Yep, right here. So it's like Phantasy Star Portable, you know. There's waypoints on a map. No actual exploration. Which is fine, I guess. I'm not going to complain about that. Keep things nice and compact. You gotta press start to skip past this. See, no exploration. Just cutting ahead right to an assassin encounter. Yes, we're gonna defeat Lucy and Linus. Yeah. I'm not the localizers. I'll go along with it. Guard with the L1 button, which I'll never use. When exclamation point appears above your head, guard to take less damage from far away or perform a counterattack when you're up close. You can dodge attack by pressing left or right. If you're successful, you'll take no damage. If you're dodged when there is an exclamation point above your head, your dodge will be guaranteed success. But remember, this is real-time combat, so it's like a QTE, I guess. We'll get to that in a second. Consecutive battles. Sometimes you have to fight multiple enemies in a row. If this happens, the number of enemies you have to fight will be displayed. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Stronger enemies bring up the rear, so always be careful. We will fight Lucy first, then Linus. Ask me why. Lucy's the big sister. Here we go. Mash him with the gun. Whoops. Those are kind of strong. Whoops. Can I dodge those? Nope. There we go. Ow. Taking too much damage. Missed. Drake does like no damage, by the way. Okay, let's do some combos. Broke the guard. Got her. Okay, Linus is up now. Let's see if I can dodge any of these. There we go. Darn it, took another hit. So I got all my health back, or did... I think Drake healed me. Ow. There we go. Okay, let's get up close. Okay, see if we can start dodging in a second. Guard break. Got him. Down he goes. Didn't take a lot of strategy, to be honest with you. At least he can't guard the rifle attacks. He's not dodging them either, which I think is kind of amusing. The first time I faced him, I basically just jumped up on him and did a bunch of melee attacks up close. Level went up, so that's good. And here's a bunch of nonsense, because we're not done with these guys yet. Toki wins. Oh, wait, hold on. Just a second. Sailor Moon transformation sequence. Yeah. So she did the whole She-Ra transformation sequence, I guess. Yeah, she's just showing off. She didn't do anything during that fight. Yeah, again, it's a nice animation sequence, isn't it? There's stuff like this where it's like they basically have the I guess these are like SVG looking characters. Like they're using vectors or whatever. And they zoom in and out, so they zoom in and out basically to show the cells up close. So it's sort of a interesting way of presenting the animation here. Toa. Yeah, Edna was no help during that fight, by the way. Yeah, why did she wasn't there during the fight, so why was she appearing now? Anyway, let's see if I can make sense of that. There's another fight. We're not done yet. Okay. Do it again. Full health. SP and skill use. Excuse me, that's the meter on the top left-hand corner of the screen in blue. Press the X, square, and triangle buttons to perform the associated skill. Each skill costs a certain amount of SP. You don't need that much SP before use. SP will be consumed as soon as you press the button. If you're attacked during the execution, the skill will be cancelled and the SP will be lost. Okay, fine. For combos, they're string together consecutive close-range attacks. The higher you raise the combo, the more damage you'll do. To connect a certain number of combo hits with the enemy's guard, will go into guard break status. This status will prevent them from guarding. The same thing can happen to Toki and Toa, so watch yourself. Okay, fine. Oop, gotta dodge that. Dodge. Wrong button. Dodge. Yeah, I can't interrupt my animation sequence to do a dodge, so I have to be careful. There we go. Oh. There we go. Heal me, Drake. There we go. Up close. She hit me with that kunai. Yeah, she hit me with the kunai. Where's my guard break? Couldn't block that. It's the L1 button. It's the L1 button to guard. Okay. Come on, hit me, hit me, hit me. Yep, dodged all of those. Triangle button. Did that do anything? I guess it did something. Alright. That. Just a second. Ow. That does no damage. I gotta get up close. Ow. Heal me, Drake. Ow. Screwed that up. If I have to do that again, I completely screwed that up. Normal. Yeah, I screwed that up completely. Okay, we'll start from the beginning, which is fine. I got this. Ha! That's not a lot of damage. Ow. Hit her. And she got me with that. Ah, she got me with that too. So now she's doing melee attack mode. Come on. Come on. And she missed. Alright, fine. This is all candy animation sequences anyway. Despite all the camera jostling. Come on. Miss. Haha, you suck. Okay, 3 more. I think we're gonna need a few more combos to bring her down. She's guarding too much. Ah, she got me. She doesn't do that much damage though, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And now she's blocking. She's down. Got her. And she went completely all out again. Avenge me. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna do too much damage. Heal me. Fine, whatever. Heal me. Now he's gonna block, so I have to get up close so he doesn't do too much damage with the kunais. Whatever it is he's shooting at me. There we go. He missed. So I got all my health back. This will help. Come on. And he missed. Okay, let's do that. I was trying to wait till he did the wind up, so I was able to do my regular attack. My dodge, anyway. Whoop, there he goes. Missed. I can't do my special attack. There it is. Special attack. Well, he's guarding, so what difference does it make? Whoop, he got me on the backside. Okay, he got me on the second swing, but doesn't do any damage, really, so whatever. Whoop, he got me on the second one. Should have blocked the second one, I guess. He's almost down. I can't guard break him. So I can't guard break him. And I can't do my special attack either. There's your guard break. And there's special attack. Press the triangle for that special attack. It was listed on the top right-hand corner of the screen right there. But I don't seem to have any other special attacks, so whatever. Okay, here comes the boss. Okay, so why is she here? She doesn't seem to be doing any of the fighting. Oh, here she is. I guess she is doing some of the fighting. Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's beat this guy up for information. Why not? Okay, fine. Pop, pop. This does no damage. It was gonna attack! That missed. Haha, you suck. Supposed to be a knockdown attack around here somewhere. Whoops! You got to dodge those. Okay. Dodge. 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 Ha! Where's my knockdown? Okay, whoop, he's gonna try and get me with a knockdown. Another one. Up. Forgot to dodge that. There's your knockdown. Okay, so I got no SP anymore. Up. Yeah, there's your knockdown. Okay, I can knock this guy on the ground if I get close to him. That's what matters. Come on. Break the guard, will you? There's a lot of this going on, unfortunately. Down he goes. Got the knockdown. Dodge. Yep. So he missed, so he whiffed on the big swing that knocks him down. Which is kind of amusing. Yep. Knocked him down. Dodge. See, knocked him down. Dodge. Yep, knocked down. Oh, dodge. Yep, that's a knockdown. Triangle. Here's my special attack. Yep, dodge. Yep, there's your knockdown. Final attack chance. Watch this. It's kind of amusing. Okay, QTE to end the fight. Officially. Yeah, you suck. Boop. See? That's all you need. Well-timed QTEs, right? So stupid. So monumentally stupid. Yep. As we find out later, they're not the assassins, they're just the assassins fan club. Yeah. We're the Assassin's Creed fan club. You know, the fanboys. And fangirl. Of course, you almost killed them because they're fans. They just said they were the fan club. Yeah. Yeah, so there's your reveal, kids. This story is just terrible. So yeah, there might be 50 hours of this. So it's one of those things where you're going to lose interest very quickly, because I know I am. They're just members of the Guild fan club. So let's go home and talk to everybody else. So, let's go back home. We'll finish up the video with some conversation sequences and see what else is going on. We'll fill up as much time as we can. How stupid was that, by the way? So I'm going to have to load a new game. Can I load here? Nope. But I'm Toa now, so this makes no sense. So let's go home. Square button, triangle, circle. You can use the L1 and R1 buttons to choose different locations. Like Final Fantasy Tactics, that's kind of amusing. L2 and R2 don't do anything. Start and select don't do anything. Oh well. Yes, the game is starting to get monumentally stupid. Even though it just started. It's not looking well. Prefab sequence, we're going to skip that. So let's load up from where we were. Come on, hurry up. There we go. I had to load all the assets. And Toa sits in a different direction. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. So we have to add the 3 different islands. Okay. Toki's body actually contains 2 souls. Toki and Toa, their personalities will alternate each time they level up, and there are also some special items that let you change personalities whenever you choose. When you level up, each stats will increase. Toki and Toa have their own skills and proficiency, so keep that in mind. Also, no knowledge share between them, so leveling up one will also level up the other. Okay. This is where things get weird. The affection screen in the main menu shows the main character's balance of affection towards Toki and Toa. Depending on the choices you make and Drake's actions in battle, this affection balance will shift. The affection balance will never decrease and can only increase for one girl or the other. The gauge will display the affection balance as it changes, and this balance will never be equal. So you might have been intending to marry one. So where does Toa come into this whole conversation? Anyway, just they're bigamous. When you return home, there may be unique one-on-one conversations waiting for you with either Toki or Toa, depending on your affection balance. The choices you make in these conversations may change the affection balance or may lead you to receive something special while at home. If Toki and Toa have a heart icon around their face, the event is ready to commence. This is where the social RPG dating simulation stuff seems to be thrown into the mix. Don't get me started on that stuff. I'm not in the mood for this. Depending on your affection balance, you may or may not receive a homemade meal from one of your girls when you leave home. You starting to see what's going on here? Right. Thanks, Japan. Anywho. We've already saved that. So we'll load that. And continue and finish up the video with some nonsense. Anime shenanigans. Shenanigans. Japan is shenanigans. Okay, what are we up to? Yeah, see, here we go with this again. The voice mixing here is terrible. You can barely hear what she's saying. And I'm pretty sure I adjusted the music volume. I'm gonna have to decrease that. That's pretty whack. Just a second. Gotta drop that some more. Okay, let's get creative here. Let's see how this works. So basically, you know the difference between one character and the other because of their hair color? I mean, how does that work? So I guess he's her type. Yeah. She already explained what kind of dude she's into. Okay, Toa kind of looks like a Miyazaki lady in that with that face. For some reason, the shape of her face looks kind of like a Miyazaki character. As you could totally be in Princess Mononoke, but anyway. Same school design, I suppose. You know, like One Piece and Fairy Tail. Same school design, I suppose. Wait, what? Yes, all the blood's rushing to your head. Yeah. We've officially reached the nosebleed section of this game. I guess I didn't need to see what just happened in that. Did it get censored? Wait, did I already see that? Yeah, we're getting to that. Gee, thanks. No, wait, there's another animation. There's another animation pose for Toa there. Okay. Yeah, it's like War in the Desert at this point. Getting all these different animation poses in there. I know it sounds weird to complain about limited animation in Japanese RPGs with actual animation in it, but you know, come on. Can't all be Dragon's Lair, I guess. Even that came out 30 years ago. Remember when I said this wasn't a channel that showed storytelling sequences and cutscenes? Well, I'm making an exception here because you kind of have to see that. This kind of has to speak for itself. So as I'm running out of time, I'll document this, and we'll just go as far as we can until we run out of time on the DVD. So yeah, I spent it. So thank you, Carroll County. I had no idea this game existed, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna buy it. But I'm glad I got to experience it, because I had no idea this game was basically a full motion video Japanese RPG. And now I know where I was when I first experienced this game now. Because I remember when Rock Band came out on the DS, I literally said, wow, I had no idea this console could do this. Which was basically doing, you know, music with or without lyrics on a cartridge, on a DS. Blew my mind. And of course, hearing fully voiced dialogue sequences in the Max Payne GBA game probably counts too. Subquest destination, subquest already activated, okay. Display all, so show all your... Okay, sorry I did that by accident last time. R3, change the control type. Huh? R3. I'm pressing R3. Oh! Okay, so I can either move her icon, or I can press R3 to move this little sword. Weird. Where am I going? Let me go to the world. Let's just do a quick peek. See what's going on here. Well, I spent 6 hours watching Persona 5 with like about 15 minutes of actual gameplay. I'm not sure I'm gonna feel about this game. But again, the experience of seeing it for the first time was pretty freaking amazing. I'd be the first person to say that. What are these? I don't know what each of those icons means. That's kind of weird. Let's just do it. We'll finish up the video by doing some more exploring. Let's just see what's up. Oh, there's Toa. 4 different types of clover. This is the beginning of the event. Diamond appears when you accept certain subquests. Investigating will give you an item. Spade appears when you accept certain subquests. Investigating it will initiate a battle. Heart indicates a memory site. Investigating will begin a special with Tokyo Toa, after which certain stats will increase. Depending on choices during the event, stat increase may differ depending on each special happen. Each memory site may be different for Tokyo Toa. But okay, fine. So where are we going? Square. I can't zoom in anymore. So annoying. Can I leave? It's a good thing I saved my games. I'm curious to know if I can leave. Okay, so that's where I leave. Alright, so let's do some quick peeking around, see what's going on. Save crystal over here. Okay, we won't need that yet. Let's just investigate this part of the map, see what's going on. So they want me to go to Zucchero Isle first? Somehow I'm on the wrong island. So I'm just curious to know what enemies attack us at this point. I might not be strong enough to face them, which is the other problem. So there's also that. And I can moonwalk. Yeah, but I can't really move any faster though. So holding down the cross button let me walk more slowly. Hold on, gotta fight. Stray golem, this guy should be easy. 5 different elements. Resist fire, resist ice, resist thunder, resist... Okay, so we could guess nothing. R3 to change the display type. Let's try maximum mode. Displays only Toki Toa, displays only Drake enemies. Displays no info. The default is maximum mode. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. We'll add distance from the enemy. Press down the left stick to attempt to run away. We'll have to hold it down for a certain amount of time to escape the battle. If you take prevent the enemy attacks you, if you successfully run away, you have to pay a certain amount of money. They don't really have much of. Tiny Quake. There we go. He's guarding. Can I do my special attack? Okay, it's a melee attack. I can't do that from far away. I have to get up close to him. Hurry up. Dodge. There we go. Hit him. Come on, break. Spoiled. Probably need to stay far away from him so he can't hit me with that melee punch. No, wait. There's 2 more. I'm missing. That's not cool. I can press up to do the somersault, huh? Yeah, I can press up to do the somersault. So I have to wait, so as soon as he gets out of that phase shift, whatever he's doing, I have to dodge that. There we go. Can't hit me with the fishtail from far away. No, look out! Dodged it anyway. Not very strong, is it? Yeah, didn't get close enough to him. So I gotta build up my special attack meter again. Whoops! Ow! That's pretty bad. Dodge. Dodge. Got him. Up close. Missed. And I missed my special attack. There's my special attack. And I got him. 2 more? Yep, straight golem. Okay, better heal me, Drake. Dodge. Okay. Let me get my special attack out. Missed. Guard break. Dodge. Got him. 1 more to go. Or 2 more to go? That's an Earth Spirit, by the way. Okay, so I got him. I thought there were 4 of these things. Oh well. I had more room on this video than I thought I did. I know I'm supposed to run out. My sincerity slightly increased. As did my love. Love of what? I don't know. I just killed a bunch of guys. Whenever you want to battle, clear a quest, you earn gift points. Enter the gift screen, the main menu, and use Gimpy to purchase gifts for Toki and Toa. Yes, it's a relationship sim. It's a dating sim. With anime heroines. Because it's Japanese with girls. Why wouldn't it be a dating sim? Anyway. I don't